we will do today. First we have a partial at a point due to a charge of 4 into 10 raised to minus 7 coulomb located 9 centimeter away. Hence, to obtain the work done in bringing a charge 2 into 10 raised to minus 9 coulomb from infinity to the point. So the situation is like this. There is a charge Q, that is 4 into 10 raised to minus 7 coulomb, and we have to find the potential due to this charge 9 centimeter away from this charge. So let this is the point, say P, where the distance R is equal to what? R is equal to 9 centimeter. But you know, this should be converted to SI unit, so that it is 9 to 10 raised to minus 2 meter, because centi is equal to 10 raised to minus 2. So R is equal to 9 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter. Then what is the potential at this point P? So from the previous discussions we know potential V is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0. 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 comes because it is in it, the medium is not specified here, so we can assume that it is placed in air or in vacuum. Into Q by R is the equation for potential, and that is equal to what? 9 into 10 raised to 9 into 4 into 10 raised to minus 7 divided by R is equal to 9 into 10 raised to minus 2. So these two 9's will be cancelled, and you will get what? 4 into, then minus 2 comes to numerator, so it is plus 2. So 9 plus 2 11, 11 minus 7 is equal to 4. So 4 into 10 raised to 4 volts is the potential at the point P, right? Then what is the work done to bring a charge 2 into 10 raised to minus 9 coulomb from infinity to this point? So we know the equation for work done. What is work done? Work done is equal to V into Q, right? So this is from the definition of the potential, which is V is equal to what? V is equal to work done per unit charge. Therefore W is equal to V into Q. And what is Q here? Q is the charge that we are bringing, right? So Q is the charge that we are bringing from infinity to this point, right? And what is the value of Q? Here the value of Q is 2 into 10 raised to minus 9 coulomb. Therefore V is equal to what? Sorry, W is equal to what? 4 into 10 raised to 4 into the charge Q is 2 into 10 raised to minus 9, and this is equal to what? 4 into 2 is 8, 8 into 4 minus 9 is minus 5, so 10 raised to minus 5 joule is the work done. So this is the work done to bring the charge. So I repeat, so there is a charge Q in a medium, say air or vacuum, and due to this charge there is a field around it, or there is a potential at a distance 9 centimeter, and that potential is 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 into Q by R. So this definition we know already, and the value of 1 by 4 pi epsilon 0 is already we have calculated, and the value is 9 to 10 raised to 9, and that into charge Q is 4 into 10 raised to minus 7, because it is a charge in this air or vacuum, and we are going to find the potential due to this charge at a distance R. Therefore the charge should be 4 into 10 raised to minus 7, distance is 9 centimeter or 9 to 10 raised to minus 2 meter, and the potential is this one. Then we have to find what is the work done to bring another charge. So the charge we are bringing is small q, right? And this we are bringing from infinity, right? So when we bring this charge q from infinity, there is a work done. And what is that work done? that work done is equal to potential into the charge that you are bringing. So potential at the point P into the charge q will give the work done, which is equal to 8 into 10 raised to minus 5 joule. then is capacity actually it is two I mean two with a medium the meter square with a medium of dielectric constant 7 is charged to a potential of 100 volts. If the plate separation is 0.1 millimeter, calculate the capacitance and the energy stored in the capacitor. So for this we should know the different parameters of a capacitor. You know, this is a capacitor that is connected towards a cell, so that one plate is now, so this is now positively charged and this one is negatively charged, and the potential given is given as 100 volts, and the separation, that is the distance d is the distance of separation, and the area is also given, right, and the area is equal to what, 2 meter square, and the distance of separation d is equal to 0.1 millimeter, but you know this is not an SI unit, so this is equal to 0.1 into what is milli? Milli is equal to 10 raised to minus 3, so millimeter means 10 raised to minus 3 meter. And dielectric constant, you know, dielectric constant is represented as epsilon r or k. Both ways you can represent epsilon r, the relative permittivity, or it is also called dielectric constant, that is equal to 7. Okay, then what is the capacitance? For a parabolic capacitor, we know capacitance C is equal to epsilon 0 epsilon r into A by D, right? But what is the value of epsilon 0? Epsilon 0 from our previous classes we know this is equal to 8.85 into 10 raised to minus 12 C square Newton inverse, I mean Newton inverse, yes, into m raised to minus 2, right? And so this is equal to what? Epsilon 0 is equal to 8.85 into 10 raised to minus 12 into epsilon r is given as what, 7 into what is A? A is the area, which is 2 meter square, divided by what is D? D is equal to 0.1 into 10 raised to minus 3. So when you solve this, you will get the capacitance C as I have this answer, that is 1.2 into 10 raised to minus 6 farad, right? And you know 10 raised to minus 6 is called micro, therefore this is equal to 1.2 microfarad. So 1.2 into 10 raised to minus 6 farad or 1.2 microfarad is the capacitance, right? And you know microfarad and picofarad, these are some practical units of capacitance, microfarad and picofarad. Then the next part is what is the energy stored in the capacitor. The energy stored in the capacitor has three equations that we have already discussed, and the one equation is energy is equal to half CV square, because C is here, I mean we got the C, and V is equal to 100 volts, so you can use this equation. So this is equal to 1 by 2 into 1.2 into 10 raised to minus 6, that is the capacitance, into what is the voltage, it is 100, so this is 100 square. Okay, and when you solve this, you will get this answer as 6.2 into 10 raised to minus 3 joule. And you know again 10 raised to minus 3 is called milli, therefore this is equal to what, 6.2 millijoule. So this is the energy stored in the capacitor. So capacitance of a parabolic capacitor is epsilon 0 epsilon r into A by D, where A is the area, of this parabolic capacitor, This we have already discussed, that is why I am not repeating. So A is the area of the capacitor, D is the distance of separation, V is the potential to which this capacitor is connected. So all the things are given. So it is a direct question, and the answer is 1.2 microfarad. Energy stored is half CV square, CV got as 1.2 microfarad, and V is given. So on substitution we will get 6.2 millijoule. Then third question. A parallel plate capacitor with air between the plates has a capacitance of 8 picofarad. What will be its capacitance if the distance between the plates is reduced by half and the space between them is filled with a dielectric of dielectric constant 6? So this means there are two cases, or there are two sections for this question. First the capacitor is filled with air, right? Then second, it is filled with dielectric constant with dielectric constant 6. So for the first case, that means for air, okay, for air between the plates, let C1 be the capacitance. You know, C1 is equal to what? Epsilon 0. C is equal to epsilon 0 epsilon r into A by D, because it is a parabolic capacitor. But for air, the value of epsilon r is equal to what? 1. Right? Therefore, C1 is equal to epsilon 0 into A by D. Here A, the values of A and D are not given. And what is the capacitance in this case? In this case, capacitance C1 is equal to 8 picofarad. And what is pico? Pico is equal to 10 raised to minus 12. So this much farad is the capacitance of the capacitor, right? Then there is a second case. What is that? It is filled with a dielectric material. So here the space between the plates, that means the space between the parallel plate capacitor is filled with a dielectric, right? And what is the dielectric constant of this material? That is equal to epsilon r is equal to 6, right? This is the second part. And let C2 be the capacitance in this case. And while doing this, there is one more there are two more steps taken. The distance between the plates is reduced, right? That means D has become, or the new D, that is D dash, or yes, D dash is equal to D by T, right? So previously the same capacitor with the air is placed here. This is the first case. This is the same capacitor with the D, the spacing between the plates, but here D becomes what? D by 2, right? And the space between them is filled with a dielectric material with a dielectric constant 6. So C2 is equal to what? Epsilon 0 epsilon r into A by D, right? Actually it is D dash. Why? Because the spacing between the plates is changed, but there is no change for the A. Therefore C2 is equal to what? Epsilon 0 into the value of epsilon r is equal to 6. 6 into A by D. D means D dash is equal to what? D by 2. And that is equal to what? 6 epsilon 0, right? And this by 2 will go to the numerator. It is D by 2 though, so this 2 will go to the numerator. So 2 into 6 will be there. So 2 into 2 is 2 into 6 is equal to what? 12. So this will become 12 ultimately. So 12 into epsilon 0 into A by D, right? So this is the new equation. And what is the value of this epsilon 0 A by D? That is equal to what? 12 into epsilon 0 a by d is nothing but what? Epsilon 0 a by d is nothing but C1 into C1. And what is the value of C1? It is 8 picofarad. So this is equal to what? 12 into 8, right? Or 8 picofarad. And that is equal to what? 96 picofarad. So 96 picofarad is the answer. So I repeat, initially we have a capacitor with a certain distance between the plates, which is D, and there is an area A for the plates, and its capacitance is epsilon 0 into A by D, because the value of epsilon r is equal to 1 because it is in air. Then after that, the distance between the plates is reduced by half, so D will become what? D by 2 here. Then the space between in the space between the plates there is a dielectric material placed, so D becomes what? D by 2, and there is no change for the area. There is no change for the area of the capacitors. Therefore, the new equation will be what? Epsilon 0 epsilon r into A by D dash, where D dash is equal to D prime is equal to D by 2. So then we substitute for the value of epsilon r, and finally we get 12 epsilon 0 A by D. But epsilon 0 A by D is C1, the value of C1 is 80 picofarad. So on substitution, the answer is 96 picofarad. Then our fourth question, 3 capacitors each of capacitance 9 picofarad are in series. A part, what is the total capacitance of combination? B part, what is the potential difference across each capacitor if the combination is connected to a 120 volt supply? So this is a case of series connection, and there are 3 capacitors, right? So that means what? So this is the case. There is a first capacitor, it is connected to second capacitor, then it is connected to third one in a series mode, right? And there should be a source of potential such that we represent the source of, we represent the source of potential. Okay, and we have C1, C2, C3. So that C1 is equal to C2 is equal to C3 is equal to 9 picofarad. Okay, and what is the effective capacitance? What is the effective capacitance of series combination? We have 1 by C is equal to 1 by C1 plus 1 by C2 plus 1 by C3, that is equal to 1 by 9 plus 1 by 9 plus 1 by 9, which is of course 3 by 9, right? 1 by C should be 3 by 9, that is equal to what? 1 by 3, right? It is 1 by 3. That is 1 by C, that is a reciprocal of effective capacitance is 1 by 3. Therefore C is equal to what? C is equal to 3. So 3 picofarad is the effective capacitance, right? 3 picofarad is the effective capacitance of the combination. That is the A part, right? And there is one more part, B part. What is B part? What is the potential difference across each capacitor? You know, across C1 it is V1, across C2 it is V2, and across C3 it is V3, right? And since the capacitances are series, the here V is equal to what? 120 volt, right? So that means this 120 volt will be shared equally across C1, C2 and C3. That means what? V effective, V dash will be what? 120 by 3, that is equal to what? 40 volt. So effective the potential difference across each capacitor will be what? V dash is equal to 120 by 3, that is equal to 40 volts. So next, fifth question. A 12 picofarad capacitor is connected to a 50 volt battery. How much electrostatic energy is stored in the capacitor? So the energy stored in the capacitor is given by what? E is equal to half CV square, right? And capacitance is given as what? 12 picofarad, and the potential is given as 50 volts. So it is a direct question. that is equal to what? 1 by 2 into 12 into 10 raised to minus 12 into v square is 50 square. So this is equal to 1.8 into 10 raised to 1.5 into 1.5 into 10 raised to minus 8 joule is the answer. 1.5 10 raised to minus 8 joule is the answer. It's a very simple question, so no need of a discussion. So next is our last question. Obtain the equivalent capacitance of the network in the figure. For a 300 volt supply, determine the charge and voltage across each capacitor. So in this figure you can see that so there are 2 points. Suppose this point is A and this is B. So between the point A and B there is a potential of 300 volts, and to this point there are 2 capacitors in series, right? So when these 2 are in series, what is the effective capacitance? So these are 200, right? That means C2 and C3 are in series, right? So what is the effective capacitance of this? It is C2 into C3 by C2 plus C3, and that is equal to what? 400 divided by 400, so is equal to 100. So the effective capacitance of these two will be what? Will be 100 picofarads. So we can redraw this diagram like this. 100 picofarad is here. This is our C1, 100 picofarads, right? And now the effective of this part is again what? 100 only, right? So this is equal to 100 picofarads. Then previously there is C4, right? So this is C1, now this is C4, and this is our new suppose this is C5. Okay, C5 is this new capacitance, right? So C2 and C3 will be reduced to C5, right? So C2 in series with the C3 will give an effective capacitance of C5 is equal to 100 picofarad. This is the calculation, and C4 is already given. And what is the value of C4? C4 is equal to again 100, so it is 100 picofarad. And this is our early point B, and this is the early point A, and here the potential is 300 volt, right? Now at this point you can see that this C1 and C5, right? Here C1 and C5 are parallel, right? C1 and C5 are parallel to each other, but not to C4. Why? Because for a clarity I will redraw this. That means this is C1 and this is C5. Okay, and this is the point A, right? This is our point A. This I am taking to right side, and the other point is what? So here there is another point, right? B, and B is coming like this, right? And this end is free. This is not connected to any capacitor. The point B is free. Therefore, I am keeping this B like this. I am keeping this capacitor C4 like this. Okay. So this is the point B. This is the point B. Right. Now it is very clear that C1 and C5 are parallel. C1 and C5 are parallel. And what is the value of C1? C1 is equal to 100 picofarads, and C5 is equal to what, which is again 100 picofarads. So what is the value of C1 and C5 parallel? C1 and C5 parallel. So when these are parallel, effective capacitance is nothing but what, C1 plus C5. So let this be a new capacitance, suppose it is C6, right? C6. So C1 plus C5 is equal to what? C1 is 100, C5 is also 100, so this is equal to 200 picofarads, right? So the effective capacitance of this, the effective capacitance of C1 and C5 will be what? The effective capacitance, this is nothing but what? This is C6, right? This is C6. And what is the value of C6? C6 is 200 picofarad, right? So this is now C6, and the point A, right? The point A is here, right? Then at this junction there is B, I mean there is C4. This is C4, and this is the point B. Now you can see that C4 and C6 are in series, right? C4 and C6 are in series, and when C4 and C6 are in series, what is effective capacitance? It is C4 into C6 divided by C4 plus C6, right? This is from the idea that when two capacitors C1 and C2 are in series, effective capacitance is C1 C2 divided by C1 plus C2. And what is C4? C4 is equal to 100, right? 100 into what is C6? C6 is equal to 200 divided by C4 plus C6 is 300, right? So 0 and 0 will cancel, 100 and 100 will cancel. So this is equal to what? This is equal to 200 by 3. So 200 by 3 is the effective capacitance, right? Let this is C7. Okay, C7 is the effective capacitance. So 200 by 7 is the answer of the question, or 200 by 3. Sorry, 200 by 3 is the effective capacitance between the point A and B. So for the time being, we are winding up here. Please go through more questions in your textbook and find the solutions. Thank you for watching.